Welcome to Black Chat at the Black Archives. I have as my special guest today State Representative Michael Johnson, who is my dear friend, an amazing man. I admire him and his work and his commitment to this community. Also, I must say that we are 501c, a nonprofit organization, so we're not political, but we also understand the politics is what makes this country function. And so we do appreciate those people who are in the trenches making that work. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you
for being here. Introduce your special guest to us.
All right. Well, first of all, this is TK. This is Mr. Gary Mitchell. And Gary, what is your other business partner's name?
Mr. Bonzel Bryant.
Mr. Bonzel Bryant. Now, these three individuals would love to tell you more about what it is that they do and see if perhaps you can be of some assistance to them.
Okay, TK, thank you for being here. I love to see women. I just won a Lift Her Up award, and I don't know how I got it. Somebody will have to tell me how I got it. But one of the things that I love is to. Absolutely, absolutely, every day, all day long. But I love to see women active and doing these things and in leadership roles, and so welcome, thank you, and I'm glad that you're part of this group. And it looks like what we do. And I'm including you with me as successful women, is to make sure that we work with men who are responsive to what it is that we're trying to do, and appreciate us for our work and our efforts and our intellect. And I like these guys. I just met them today. I'm certainly impressed by somebody who wears God on his hat. Be not ashamed of me. So we know that we're not ashamed, and also
we know who all got us here.
Hey, that's right, and I appreciate that, and and then you have Bonzel and Gary. Yeah, and so Gary also, he seems to be the serious one in the group. And I may be completely misreading him, but the whole time that you've been here,
Ready, so we don't have to get ready.
I haven't seen you smile much. So if you guys would tell us about what it is that you want to do and how you see the Black Archives involved in this, that would be great.
Let's actually, go ahead.
Okay, so
We can flip if it's an issue.
I'll give a little backstory. I was honored to be at Mr. Johnson's event a couple weeks ago, and we had just hosted an event for our
Tell me,
programs.
identify these events.
It was your first fundraiser. You said it was
Correct.
your first fundraiser.
Yes.
And so we had did some work for some print work and wanted to attend the event. So getting a chance to have a conversation with him and talk about some of the things that we're working on, there was just, we hit it off instantly. I didn't have to explain anything. He got it. And so from there, we just said, well, it's important for us to continue dialogue and see how it is that we can work together.
It's easy to work with somebody who gets it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Makes the process go a lot smoother.
Get all the nose out the movie.
Right.
Yes.
So, the first thing I thought about is, who am I working with? These people. So, we have a lot of different moving pieces to what we're trying to do, but it all comes back to supporting our people, supporting our community, and creating opportunities. And that was the conversation that we had. So I knew that, all right, let me pull everybody in and let's get together and let's start trying to put some things out.
So how does that work then? How do you support your community?
Well, supporting the community by bringing opportunity to it, be number one.
Identify.
Huh?
Identify those opportunities.
So what we're in the process of doing now is we're putting together a logistics, storage, and fulfillment center for small minority entrepreneurs or micro. We're not gonna just say small because everybody grows. So
Not everybody grows.
right. we want
Everybody wants to grow.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we want to put them in a position where it can make it possible for them to grow.
Okay, that's
So
better.
we have an incubator system where they can come in there. They don't know business because you have a lot of people in business, but they ain't really doing business. So we're going to put it together where they actually know what a C corp is, what an S corp is, what an LLC is for, how to do a business plan, what they need their EIN for, how to basically take what they have and put it on a more professional and corporate size level. So when their business do grow, they have all the tools in place to make that happen.
How will they get that information?
So we're actually looking at putting together an event, which we would like to have here at Black Archives, which is like a mixed mingle networking event similar to the one he had like last week, called Chase the Bag, where it's several different entrepreneurs or just people looking to be in business or looking to do something better than what they're doing now. They want to come and network with like-minded people. Then we're putting that together where everybody can come, network, mingle, see what he does. Wonder what that G is for, the guy Grace grind. You know, what type of insight he has that can probably help this person over here, or what type of knowledge and resources I have that can probably help this person, and the same with him and everyone else that may come.
How do you learn that in a networking session?
Mix and mingle, talking. Like you have a platform put together, like I said, where we're introducing everything, telling us about for like 10, 15 minutes. And the rest of that is people just walking around talking. And this will be a good place for it because, as we were saying, walking around, you got a lot of conversation pieces that can break the ice with people who are tense and don't want to, probably, I don't know if I want to talk to this person or don't want to. But you got a lot of things in here that can open that up.
Okay, I'm a retired college professor before I came here, so the idea of somebody learning an LLC at a 10-minute talk scares me.
Oh,
So how then do they really learn how to do
They
that?
won't learn the LLC in the 10-minute talk. They'll learn about LLCs and S corps when they join our incubator program.
Okay.
So they'll come to the center where we're going to teach them these things. Right along, we'll give them the opportunity to get their products produced, whether it's clothing, whether it's makeup, hair care products or something. We'll help them get that produced, and we have a fulfillment center for them to hold it, and a logistics part, we're able to ship it out, deliver it for them, just similar to the Amazon platform. We also put it on a website where they can ride their audience or their demographic or people that they're trying to get their stuff out there to.
Okay. Okay, and Gary, what do you do? What's your role in all of this?
I'm a serial entrepreneur.
What does that mean?
It means anything I think of, I try to turn it into a business.
Okay.
So I think that for us to be successful, the people around us have to be successful. So that's the platforms I want to create and be able to share experiences, good or bad, with other people so that they can learn. And if you're just starting and you have people who have been in business and who have overcame some obstacles, they can show you how to not have to go through that same thing.
Right.
So, me and TK are both aspiring developers. So we want to be able to develop our communities and revitalize it and make sure that we have not only affordable but quality housing for people, that we have quality brick and mortar sites for people to house their businesses. So
It's pretty expansive for 3 people.
well, it takes more than us.
Yeah, it takes a team.
So how do you see this happening?
Building, building a team.
Okay, so wait a minute, but I've heard you go from we have to tell people what they need to start their own business, and now you got them housed. How do these things fit together?
Well, see, there's several different, we all have several different businesses. So what he's doing is just telling you several different entities of what we have. Like I have TK's Property Development. That's my development where I'm developing building homes from the ground up and doing fix and flips. We also have CLS, which is cover all logistics stores fulfillment center. And even outside of that, I have a print company called All Prints No Play, and a nonprofit also, which is the I Am Hill Group. And now with the I Am Hill Group, it ties into TK's Property Development because with that, we help medium income people who have maybe lost their homes and everything, and the state won't give them any assistance because why? They made too much money where they're over the threshold and they don't have enough money anymore to be considered rich, so we're in the middle. So there's no one that helps them. So my nonprofit takes those people, help them pay their bills, help them then through TK Property Development, get back in housing if they done lost their homes or things like that. So it's several different businesses that we all have, and we just take parts and pieces to help people out.
Okay, Vondell. So much imagery in your cap. You know, I see the light plug. You plug it in, God. I mean, what is that? Or is that just from reading thousands of books?
Oh, no. I'm not the person who reads thousands of books.
No, I meant,
Oh.
is that why I'm interpreting it
Okay.
that way?
This guy is, I have a clothing line. I know how to manufacture from the start to the finish.
You know how, or you actually do it?
I'm actually doing it.
Okay.
So, but with God, I just feel like I'm connected to the plug. God is my plug. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I want to advertise this in the most way I can without, how can I say it? Like, people don't want to advertise God in my book. And I want to be the person that want to advertise and always say God is the source. Without God, it's nothing that you can do without God, period.
Okay, so that's my sermon for today.
That's your sermon?
But tell me how that works. I'm not talking about God.
Yeah.
You know, but how does this work for you in your clothing line? Is that the image?
My clothing line is Grind At It.
It's called what?
Grind At It.
Grind At
Addicted
It.
to the grind, connected to the plug. Us growing up, we didn't have no resources. Nobody told us that, like, for example, we're not reading books all the time. We not, when one of the first books that I really liked to read was Rich Dad Poor Dad. And when I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I felt like I was robbed. Like, why didn't these people tell us this? As a kid. You get what I'm saying? My profession growing up at 17 years old was my father threw parties. He threw all the major concerts, all the big parties. I followed behind his footsteps. I had, let's just say, a lot of money going. Nobody told me to invest. Nobody told me to do X, Y, Z. We pick up a book like Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's only two ways you can spend your money. It's either liability or asset. Why nobody tell us that? We get cash flow, liability or assets. All of us go straight to the liability every time. So I want to be the person to tell everybody, be your own plumber. I don't care if you're a plumber. You can be a plumber, you're working for, I can be working for him. Cool, but I should learn how to go get an LLC. Because guess what? Somebody's gonna ask me down the line, you might be mine to, hey, can you fix I got a plumbing issue. You're gonna tell somebody. They're gonna tell somebody. If I knew how to do the business, now I have my LLC as my side hustle, but it's gonna become a point where I'm gonna have to pick, well, I have so much clientele now, well, I can just step out on my own and be my own plug. So my clothing line is Grind At It, addicted to the grind, connected to the plug, but I'm also spiritual, so I'm letting you know where my plug is. So that's where grind, that's how I'm painting the picture. I'm painting the picture yelling, be your own plug. You can be your own barber, you can be your own beautician. It's so many things you can do about being your own plug, but at the same time, God is the plug.
I like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I like that. So how does the Black Archives fit in your plans?
Well, as we walk around and being shown this and looking at all the history here and knowledge here, we feel that it'd be great for our networking event. For people that not only come here to mix and mingle and hear what we have to offer and the company that we're trying to bring here to Kansas City, but to also then see everything is here. Because they may live here and probably never even been here.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of great information in there.
Me just being here, this is my first time ever being here.
Mine's too.
And I felt
But wait a minute, aren't you both native Kansas Cityans?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
never
ma'am.
been in here.
Oh, no, this-
In here,
okay.
Yeah, in this, yeah. So when I just,
Well, I'm not going to ask you then, did you go to the old archives at 2033 by?
I'm telling you, I have.
No.
I have,
Okay.
and that's the problem.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like that's the problem. We always around here. We got family around here.
And it's free.
And it's,
It's
that's what I'm saying.
So are you all gonna go back and make sure that?
Oh, yeah, everybody knows this.
Are gonna be.
But not only that, if we're trying to have
You know,
a whole event here.
yeah.